I'm wondering how the television network started. We're new to this. We haven't seen it, for about a year now. We're wondering how the television network got started and what really brought it into being. If you give us some background on that, appreciate it.
Well, that's a long story, but I'll try to tell it to you real quick. In 1973, the Lord began to give me books to write, and as a result of those books, our sisters printed them, and we gave them away, and people began to ask me to give talks. And so I did, and I got invited to a channel in Chicago, Illinois, that was a Protestant television network, and I was invited to a talk show. And in the studio, as I walked in the studio, like this one, only much smaller, I realized how small it was. And I said, wow, to myself. I said, it doesn't take much to reach the masses, you know. It was small. I said, Lord, I've got to have one of these. I didn't think it was asking too much. But I thought, what would you do with it, you know? So I came home, and I got to cut this short, you know, but I came home and made a tape. It was a disaster. Oh, it was terrible. I mean, really bad. I looked like Grandma Moses sitting in a rocking chair. And most of you are too young to know Andy Gump, but that's how I look. And I was ready to junk it, you know, and the sister said, no, Mother, you can do it. I said, okay, one more time I'll try. Well, I did, but I didn't know what to do with it. I had a tape about this big in my hand. I didn't know what to do with it. So I asked a friend of mine, and she said, well, why don't you send it to CBN? So they called me. I was surprised. She brought it there. They called me in 2 weeks and said, Mother, we saw your tape, and we think it's very good. I said, you do? Said, yes. Can you make 60 of them? I said, oh, sure. You know what it means to make 60 half-hour shows? I didn't. But I thought, well, why not try? So we found a place, and I made 60 shows, sent them to them. Was on another series when I saw a synopsis of a movie called The Word, blasphemous movie. Depict Jesus as a false prophet. So I noticed that network I was going to air it. So I asked to see the manager. I said, are you going to air this movie? He said, yes. I said, are you Christian? He said, yes. I said, you air a blasphemous movie. Oh, he said, do you think God cares? Well, that time I was ready to. I said, yes, he cares and I care. Are you going to air it or not? Anyway, he said he was, and I walked out of the studio. I told him I would not air my programs, I would no longer make programs or air them on his station. He said to me, you leave this station, you're off of television. I said, oh no, I don't need you. I only need God. I'll build my own. And that's what you call having a big mouth. But I just didn't have the slightest idea what to do. And we made it, we built it, we did build the studio. I came home, I told her sisters, and that morning we decided to build a garage. And when I told them I wouldn't know what to do, I said, where can I build a studio? And they said, garage. I said, garage. So I went down and I said to the contractor was already digging a foundation, and I said, hold it. He said, what's the matter? I said, we're not going to build a garage. He said, what are you going to build? I said, a television studio. said, "A what?" I said, "Television studio." We did. We did. The wonderful story. I have a book on it. You ought to get one. It shows all the wonders of God's providence. Unbelievable providence. He wanted this network for you in these serious times.